I do believe that it is Sunday yet again.
Is it Sunday already?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Choose your weapon. There we go. Well, hello, good evening. Welcome to the Phydeaux Livestream. Phydeaux Livestream 19. Wow. Subtitled, of course, Get Me My Coffee. And check out this lovely thing. It's good.
That's a good looking coffee.
It's happy coffee. We have a new coffee maker that froths the milk.
So indulgent.
Indeed. All right. Let's put on the protective glove because, as we know, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the planet, and we want to keep our comic strips clean. We have no storyline going this week. Those are all basically independent stuff. That can go all by them. That can go by themselves. This is the greatest job in the world. I get to sit here and draw. I probably should read this one to you. We have Phydeaux and Beau, and Phydeaux's looking at the empty stand. Where's the TV? You broke it, remember? I've broken plenty of TVs around here. You're supposed to replace them. Sorry, didn't get around to it. What am I supposed to do today? You've got your golf club. Go out and play golf. Is that what this thing is for?
Sorry, I was focused on my coffee.
I think it's kind of cute. Always like standing here with the golf club at ready, brandishing it at Beau. Plenty of TVs around here. You're supposed to replace them.
He hasn't broken a TV in a while.
At least a week.
At least a week.
We were keeping a running tab on how many TVs he's broken, but that's something for the fan club to do. Miss Wilson, get on it. You have to do
Hello, Phydeaux fan club members.
You'd have to do a deep dive into the website, because he was breaking TVs back when he was a rat.
Back when he was a rat. You may have to explain that to new folks.
The original comic strip was called Pests, and it was a rat living in a house with two guys. And Jay Kennedy of King Feature Syndicate said, "I don't think people want to see a rat over their breakfast cereal." So I bowed to convention. I'll always cave in. I'm not the sort of person who stands on his principles.
Depends on the principle.
In the storyline of the comic strip, we've done a few wall breaking ones where they, behind the scenes at Cobbett Hill Studios of the production of Phydeaux, and in it, Phydeaux was hired as an actor to replace the other actor that was the rat. He calls him a hack. Yeah, this strip was nowhere until you picked up me. Sort of thing. Phydeaux's like a problem method actor, really difficult to deal with. And I had a brief idea that I would have him doing things in the background to upstage the other actors when the joke was not based on Phydeaux himself, just to show that the actor playing the character of Phydeaux was a pain in the ass, difficult to work with.
As I think most actors are.
You can't do too much of that fourth wall breaking things because it gets pretty hacky.
Sure.
If you do it, it's got to be funny. And Bloom County did a lot of it, and Burke Breathen managed to keep it fresh. So that would be sort of the standard you'd want to go by for fourth wall breaking. Speaking of which, cheers. You can almost still see the smiley face.
Excuse me.
No problem. When you're doing this, I like to keep a nice sharp point that nearly breaks off almost instantly.
That's what my new shopper is doing. My points are great, but they go away very quickly when they break off.
Well, we could do this on a computer where you won't ever have that problem.
No. Bad cartoonist.
If anything was going to be made into done on the computer, it would be the coloring just to make Vicky's job easy. But I've got to say, she's getting better. I mean, look at the color change in those gams.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of shadow on the breast here, which works.
I did that.
Shadow on the nose. Yeah, no, and I just like the scribble background. It doesn't really matter, sort of thing. She's able to do it random enough that it works. So after deciding her coloring last Saturdays, I've got to give her her props.
Yeah.
I wrote in the comments that we never used this one because I wasn't happy with how she colored it. And instantly, just about everyone in the comments said, "Oops, you're in trouble."
He's not in trouble. He's a pain in the ass, but he's not in trouble.
Yeah, sometimes you need an editor.
Oh, do you now? Really? An editor, you say?
But that's literally something that I just tossed out there without even thinking. But
and by the way, he criticized that because he said it's like a turquoise or it's green. The pencil says green.
Yeah, I don't care what the pencil says. I'm telling you what color it was.
Yeah, whatever.
And it looked lazy. You painted the brick and the table, everything the same color, and even the windows outside the same color.
Listen, have you been to a business? They brand themselves.
Mm.
They have like a similar look, style, almost everything inside. Whatever. Me.
So
but no, he's not in trouble.
let's see. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is starting to fall in the box office.
Is there anything that's risen in the box office?
Yeah. Top Gun Maverick did really well.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I guess you make a simple film with a story arc you can follow, and
people will go. If you make it, they will watch it.
And then Tom Cruise is smart enough at the beginning to thank everyone for coming to see his film. Oh shucks, we worked so hard on this, and it's so wonderful that you support us like this.
I know, but weren't there like rumors that he was a real concept?
Well,
but see, people can forget that.
Yeah,
they just are.
You get away with it.
Yeah, they're just courteous. I don't know. Elsewhere.
Well, Tom Cruise can get away with a lot. He can even perhaps promote a freaky cult.
So, what I was going to say is there's 3 clouds out there that look like a little train. It's kind of cool out there. Yep. In our big old windows.
You can actually see a real train go by from our
Yes,
windows way off in the distance. It's a
We don't
little
hear
spot
that
about
often, though.
that big. The train goes by between buildings. Like the commuter.
You don't always hear it, though, which is weird to me.
The city's too loud.
The city's too loud. Okay, well, all right. Got How many?
All we need is one more motorcycle. Why do they do that? I have no idea. I have no idea why they can't just, keep your foot on the pedal or keep your wrist on the accelerator and just slowly go. No, they gotta rev it. These kids in their motorcycles, get off my lawn.
Okay, Grandpa.
Let's do that. Kind of confused where that leg and knee ended. Wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I'm a little sniffly again today.
So we're watching Disney burn through money. Disney, Lucasfilm, all of them. Indiana Jones 5 is coming out. We don't quite know what's going to be in the film, but about the only thing we can be sure of is that Kathleen Kennedy is going to kill Harrison Ford again.
Well, seriously, what does she have against poor Harrison Ford?
I think she screwed up his coffee order on Raiders of the Lost Ark. Kathy, cream and 2 sugars.
So for that, he must die in every movie?
She's getting her revenge. She's already, she wants to kill off every man in Hollywood. She got Luke Skywalker. She got Han Solo. Now she's going to get Indiana Jones.
I feel like there's more that we're missing, but
She's got a chip on her shoulder.
I guess so.
So if this doesn't lose her job, I don't know what will. She's got photos of people.
Yes, I think I've said that before. She's got something on somebody, and it's really good because
You would think
saying she's going to be gone.
You would think after the whole Harvey Weinstein thing, all that would have already come out and we'd be done with it. But nope, apparently not.
Nah, she knows where the bodies are buried.
Yeah, there might be real dead people. That's the only explanation because
allegedly.
Well, sexual infidelities wouldn't take her this far. Yeah, there goes that tip.
That was quick. Didn't you literally just do that?
Is this great or what? I'm drawing here. Yeah.
Drawing. I'm over here coloring.
Ooh, boy, aren't we the pair?
I know.
You know what this experience needs to? It's already high up there. It's already way up there.
Okay.
If you turn this from like a 9 to like 11. They're just to twist this up to 11. There's one more thing it needs.
What does it mean?
Tobacco.
Oh.
Now, what other job in the world can you sit here, drink coffee, smoke cigars, and be considered working? I guess.
Probably.
I guess maybe maybe a cigar salesman, coffee and cigar salesman. One of the few jobs you need. Here we go. Maybe a wooden mattress somewhere. Yeah, like that's not going to break.
What are you doing over there?
All right.
You're creating a problem.
So, I've got to say I like my new camera stand. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. See, look, it's all clear under here. I can do this and not hit the camera. And it's like out of the way.
Oh, that's
See,
good.
the idea behind this was I wanted to have the camera right at my eye level so you can see what I'm seeing. And this thing is, if I had a camera on the end of my nose, that's where this would have been. You're right there is where my nose is. It's like up and out of the way. It doesn't block anything. Elbow room.
Which is all good. All good.
It was the other camera was a little bit of a pain in the butt. It stuck to the bottom of the board here. It was right in the middle, always in the way. You had to go around it. This is much better.
Well, Merry Christmas. For the next year. No.
It was only like $20.
I know, I'm teasing.
But all it is just a flexible metal arm and one of those clamps that you screw on that you usually see on a lamp. The other one that was a pain in the butt, the clamp had a light and one to hold a camera, one to hold the circular thing. And I ended up clamping this camera onto the light, a couple of binder clamps, because the actual camera holder really wasn't. It was too short. It wasn't that great. We've seen the trouble I've gone through with camera locations. I used to have it up here on the lamp. And that's where the microphone is now.
Could you tell?
But we've still got a lot of work to do. I think perhaps the sound here needs a little bit of work. Maybe if we wear wireless mics or wired mics, doesn't matter. We each mic up. You're really not supposed to hear Vicky all that much. She's just supposed to be noise in the background, sort of like noise in my head that I just always have there.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Like Jiminy,
always ignore.
Like Jiminy Cricket, from Pinocchio.
Voice in my head that I always ignore. I mean, that I.
See, I'm going to ignore that.
Yes, I do.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
That was a bit slurpy.
Well, it's got all that foamy milk, that foamy milky goodness. It's more like a latte than a coffee. Mm. All right, where was I?
You were talking about the weather.
Well, our favorite topic, Disney, Star Wars. People forget that Disney early on it bought like a bunch of important products like the Muppets, and when they own Winnie the Pooh, and most people don't know that they did not create Winnie the Pooh. That was a children's book written many years before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's not a Disney thing, is it? I knew that, but it's not something that stays forefront in my brain about it. You just kind of default.
But you know what they need to do?
What do they need to do?
Disney needs to update Winnie the Pooh for a modern audience.
No, actually, they don't.
What we'll do is we'll hire a POC to play Christopher Robin, but no, it'll be Robin Christopher this time because she's a woman. Maybe hire that actress who played Envy's Nest in Star Wars. The woman with the freckles.
Oh.
We'll shave off half a head because they seem to want to give us that character all the time with the half-shaven head. The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tigger's sexual orientations.
Oh. No.
A body-positive Pooh.
You're gonna put Eeyore on medications.
Well, the reason why Eeyore is depressed is, of course, because of the Republican Congress Oh no, Donald Trump might get in there again.
Hashtag never my president.
Ooh. Elon Musk has taken Twitter. I'm so depressed.
I'm so sorry.
Again, back on Twitter. My question was not why Elon bought Twitter, but how.
I know, you've always wondered that. Where does his money
Where does that money come? But one thing I do know, he's not going to make any money on it. And any money he might have had on paper is going to rapidly disappear. Twitter is a hole that you throw money into.
Yeah, he did it for perceived power.
Prestige, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not like he's going for public office or anything. He's making his living now, ripping off the U.S. government with NASA contracts.
Yeah.
Tesla has never made a profit, will never make a profit. Yet you can't short sell the stock because the people will bury you. They won't they won't let go of the stock. It's like it's a cult.
The cult of Elon.
Cult of Elon.
You know what I heard recently about him that I was surprised? He has like 9 or 10 kids, I think. He has I shouldn't say ridiculous, because it's not a ridiculous amount of children. But I mean, he has a lot of kids that I didn't know.
We must spread those Musk genes.
He has been. I don't know why I found that surprising, but I did. I had no clue that he had so many kids.
All right, let's put that sucker aside. Next one. We have Dino sitting at the laptop computer and coming over the internet. You sound like a nice guy. I don't usually do this, but why don't we meet for drinks? Nice try, Phydeaux. You won't fool me like that again. And in the last panel, we have just some poor young lady who's sitting alone in her apartment.
Aww.
Wine. And
just being rejected. I do.
All right, that one just finished penciling's done. It's going to do the inking, so I'll put that aside. This one, the finished penciling's also been done, so hey, we'll read it. We have Bo in the bathroom. Who broke the bathroom mirror? And Phydeaux comes in. That was me. I threw this at Felicia and missed. Breaking a mirror is bad luck, and walking under it's like walking under a ladder or having a black cat cross your path. And Felicia says, I'm not a black cat. You're still bad luck. When I wrote this, I just said this. I had no idea what he would be throwing. And something in my psychological makeup made me have him throw a hammer. Because my daddy used to throw hammers at me.
Wow, now it's going to turn into that kind of strip. No,
I am not going to pile on to all the crap that my poor father has. That his legacy has been tarnished with by the family. I'm the only guy who will defend him.
Anyway.
All right.
I defended your father. Your father was nothing but nice to me.
Next in line, the soft finish pencil. All right, guess we're going to be doing some inking today. We have Felicia, Dino, and Phydeaux. Dino's playing video game. Phydeaux's just chilling. Felicia says, "This is ridiculous." She's reading the Three Little Pigs. The wolf huffed and puffed and blew the house down. I didn't know I could do that. You can't. And then next panel, the apartment is completely wrecked. So it's the same exact, but I stand corrected. You can almost trace these two panels, but I wanted to get that height right there, perfect. That height right there, perfect. So you can see the lamp's gone. He's torn down the plant, ripped up the carpet, broke the TV. So the TV's all spider web. Actually, you can't see it, but TV's all spider webbed here.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
that's what I get for drinking decaf.
We'll see this better when we ink it. Probably ink this one first. And well, this one requires some finish penciling, and so does that. So let's do the penciling while we have the pencil out. Get all the inking done together. So we haven't read this one. It's everyone at the dinner table. You don't know how difficult it was to draw this one panel because I drew the table. And they had to figure out, okay, Phydeaux's high seat is back here, but you notice you can't, all of it's erased. The only part of the high chair that remains is this tiny little bit that's above Beau's knee. And then I had to draw the chair that Dino sat in and his whole knees and everything. And then I had to erase everything. There's none of all of Dino that exists now. It's just this tiny little bit of his foot in the foot over here, which is going to be it's going to disappear behind Felicia's foot. Then I draw Felicia having to erase everything underneath. And then Beau. But half of the stuff here has been erased. But you have to have it so
over again and over, yeah.
you have to have it so that just the tiny little parts that do appear are there logically. So Dino says, "There's a hair in my food," and Phydeaux's up on the table. "Not one of mine. This is a cat hair." And Felicia, "What are you talking about? That's a human hair. You know you're right. Here, Dino. It's your lucky day. You could really use one of these." After his meal is completely spread out through the table, his drink is knocked over, having a dog butt in your plate. I'm pretty sure there are a few more dog hairs in there now.
Wow, yeah.
That was the visible, broke the pen. What was that, like half a second? I broke the point again. But that was,
really?
Yeah. Nearly the second line I drew.
Well, at least it wasn't the first.
So the acting here, Phydeaux's got to look here. He's interested. The hair on my food. What? Perks up a little bit. Boom. And he had his paws on his food, but now they're coming back. This is a problem he's got to address. Being a creature of covenant here, he doesn't want to take blame.
Excuse me.
We all know it's probably Beau's hair.
Probably.
But actually, the visual joke is just how the dog and the cat completely ruined his meal in their investigation. I kind of like to have Felicia sort of like the Daffy Duck character, and that you had in duck season, rabbit season cartoon.
For some reason, the Porky Pig just popped in my head.
But Felicia is somewhat like Daffy Duck to Phydeaux's Bugs Bunny. So I'm guessing Beau has a steak here with a circular bone. Oh yeah, another thing that you're not going to notice at all. When I draw the plates, I draw a square using the perspective, and then you can see it best here. I draw a square using the perspective, and then just cut off the corners. Then erase the square perspective, and that's how you get the plate to look as if it's laying on the table. Otherwise, you're drawing and see the difference between that plate and that plate is just the perspective. You would never think how much of a pain in the butt it is to get a plate to look like it sits on the table.
I would have never thought of that.
That's why cartooning is so much fun.
I know.
You don't have to do that.
But it's fun to do that.
I could just draw like stick figures here. Where's the fun in that?
There isn't fun in that, that's why.
Making the world a better place, one stick figure at a time. You know, the world is not a perfect place. But with the little actions we do, we can make it a better place.
Aww.
Pretty full of yourself there, Mr. Cartoonist, aren't you? These scratchings on paper, you're making the world a better place. Well, yes, I am.
I'm not going to address this.
What are you doing with your life? This is a first. We're drawing the back of Felicia's head.
Oh my.
Usually my characters are stuck in a perpetual three-quarter vision, three-quarter scene. I mean, there's no reason in the world why I should have both of Beau's eyes here. Just get away with the one eye.
I don't know. It makes it look more. I think there's more depth to it, obviously. But anyway.
But yep, yeah, and that's the cat butt right there. That's where the cat butt goes.
Cat butts.
Mm. If anyone has their bingo card going, we've used the word butt.
We haven't used the S word yet.
Or the Chancellor of Germany.
Yes, those two we haven't used yet. So you don't have bingo yet. I wonder what the bingo card would look like. Really, we have like 5 pages. We're enough for 2 pages.
So Felicia has like a little bowl. If you've ever seen the Fancy Feast commercial,
Yes. Yep.
And it looks like shrimp. Phydeaux's just got a regular curved bowl. Who knows what's in it?
Do we want to know what's in it?
I don't know. Well, the chief colorist will have to figure out what's in it.
Oh, okay.
And you can't see Dino's other hand because it's behind Felicia's head. But the cartoonist did draw it at one point. But it's been erased. And I went through all that work to get the plate in that proper perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's behind Felicia's head. And no one will ever see it. You only see this little part here and this little part here. But if I didn't have them right, you'd notice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, over here, there's a fork. You only see a bit of it here. And there's a knife coming behind the bottle. And you only see that tiny tip.
But like you said, if it wasn't that good,
everything was
you
erased.
would notice.
Half of the work in this panel was erased. Cheers. I need more coffee. Oh, really?
What?
Okay. What lesson have we learned over the many weeks of the Phydeaux comic strip? Oh, no. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Your cigar is like your woman. If you don't give it constant attention,
it'll
go out on you.
Okay. Your cigar went out on you.
I'm going to cheat with the fire this time. Oh. Gravity, my ancient nemesis. The camera never moves. It's always going to be right here. But if I ever just tilted it down a little bit, you'd see a bunch of pencils down there.
It's like a little graveyard.
Pencil graveyard, yeah.
It's kind of sad.
This is where Dixon Ticonderoga comes to die. So I use a Blackwing pencil for the finish, but the rough drawing is done with the self-proclaimed world's greatest pencil, the Dixon Ticonderoga. You might remember, it looks like those old, yeah, here we go, one of those old school pencils, yellow school pencils. Only because it erases easy, and in fact, the longer you leave this, eventually it will erase itself. You don't need to erase anything. Yeah, I wasn't quite happy with how Phydeaux was kneeling here, but you got to show that he's got in the background this hand, or his paw, he's putting his weight on. And it's got to be in the plate, knocking some of the presumably French fries or green beans. Depends upon the colorist. Out of Dino's plate.
French fries or green beans? Those are my only choices.
Well, you can figure out what goes with a steak that kind of looks like a French fry or a green bean.
You're so cute.
See, back in the old days, I would actually have made a preference. No, this absolutely is that, and it's a waste of your time. She's going to color it whatever color she wants to. There's not much you can do about it. Just accept it. Stop thinking about it, Charles. Nice cartoonist. Nice cartoonist. Go.
You still tell me things.
Yeah, and how many times have you how many times have you actually listened to me?
I listen to you all the time. I don't always follow
Just don't do.
but-
You know, you love, honor, and obey was.
It wasn't that, yeah. It wasn't our house.
Someone's not holding up her end of the deal. Actually, I don't like Dino's face here.
Oh no.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a smile. Yeah, it should be.
Why can't we let Tito smile?
Yeah. The Blackwing is not very good on erasing. Yeah, I wasn't thinking when I was drawing that. And there's another thing. When you really have his hands like that, it's kind of like I can get away with the animals doing that, but I don't think I can get away with the humans doing this. I'm thinking maybe his hand in a semi-fist.
That's kind of,
Well,
very nice.
it's short of defending. Yeah, short. Yeah. It's making more sense. But no. Well, a closed hand at least. Let's see. Yeah. It looks. That makes more sense. Yeah. I've got the. Yeah. That makes more sense. I had the pencil in my mouth, which was what was making me make my voice like that.
I thought it was a cigar.
All right. So how are we gonna do this? Let's draw Felicia while she's in the foreground. And I also originally had her in a slight frown. I know she's more of a. What are you talking about? Animals covered in hair are probably more of a authority on hair than us naked apes.
Who you call me naked ape?
Although I'm not covered with very much hair, but I do tend to get a lot of it in the food I cook.
Yep. Usually only on my plate.
Oh no, I assure you, I get.
Oh, you have it too. Okay.
Yeah. See, you've got the edge of the table there, so we'll have Dino's hand going down behind the table. And I guess I can still do this hand in this position because it looks as if was about to bat Phydeaux away from the plate. But it's already too late. He's already there. You can only assume Phydeaux has hopped up on the table very quickly. Now let's get that plate that I spent all that time getting the perspective right on. You see more of it here, so it makes more sense. And he's got some sort of steak, I guess, with a bone in it. And these things, which could either be French fries
or string beans, depending on what the colorist
decides. And Phydeaux's got his paw on the edge of the plate, so the plate has slightly tipped and the French fries are starting to spill onto the table. It's already knocked over the beer bottle. And somewhere underneath the beer bottle would be the remainder of the knife, which you see over here. And then we have a fork, which is most of it's disappeared behind Felicia's head. Oh yeah, this strip is more about what's not there.
Any takers on how long before he breaks the tip?
We should just break it before using it.
I know.
That coffee's getting cold.
I just finished mine.
At what point does it no longer become coffee and it becomes a frap?
Right around when it starts getting cold.
When you start frothing the milk up. In this case, it's half and half. Gee, I wonder how real cream would froth. Usually, people just froth up milk in that thing. We go half and half. We put the Coffee Mate, hazelnut flavored Coffee Mate in there. That worked really well.
I did. Yeah, I don't know what chemical they use to flavor that stuff, but it's yummy.
I think it's stevia.
Is that what's in the coffee mate?
I think so, yeah.
I've lost track of who's using what.
Yeah, there are.
fake sugary thing.
The big thing about stevia is they advertise that it's from a leaf extract. It's not a dirty chemical like saccharin was.
Saccharin.
I'm pretty sure it's no healthier. Oh, this is monk fruit. Okay.
Sure it is.
Well, tobacco's a plant too. I'm not calling it healthy.
I've done one of those things here with this strip again where I've colored almost everything except Phydeaux. So
Yeah.
it looks like a ghost in his own comic strip.
Oh, do share. I kind of like how that looks. Let's show that to the fans. Yeah. Ghost Phydeaux. I think we should keep them like that. Phydeaux, the friendly ghost. Phydeaux, the friendly ghost.
P-H-R-I-N.
Oh, right.
P-H-R-I-E-N-D-L-Y.
Yes.
That's hard to spell.
Friendly. Yeah, the Phydeaux fans, P-H-A-N-S, would probably like it. Yes, that's part of the joke. We use PH instead of F in everything here. Oh, you're ever so witty, aren't you? Yes, it's difficult, but...
It's your cross to bear.
Yes.
It's a curse and a blessing and a curse.
If I thought it would help me, I would claim like French Canadian heritage, just to explain away the spelling of Phydeaux. I'm not someone who's going to pull a Watterson and say, no, I will not sell out commercially. I respect Bill Watterson, Calvin and Hobbes, and everything, but I'm no Bill Watterson. I'm more of a Jim Davis. Yeah, well, I'm going to sell out.
Did you say price tag?
I've got the feeling that Watterson was like a bad influence on Burke Breathitt, who could have made boatloads of money selling Build-A-Cat merchandise early on, and like didn't want to do it because Watterson sort of talked him out of it. But Breathitt came along because, well, boats don't fill themselves with gasoline.
No, they don't. It's amazing how they don't do that. We just had this discussion this week whether or not we ever have a boat. I would love a boat.
I don't know. Besides the fact that it's a hole in the water that you throw money into, I don't care. I don't care about the money or anything. I don't like to just sit on my ass on the water. It's just not. If I'm going to sit on my ass, I'm going to sit on my ass while drawing a comic strip.
You can draw a comic strip out in the middle.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
You get the perfect light.
I need a very big boat, so it wouldn't rock too much.
Say like a cruise ship?
Oh hell no, never. I will die a happy man if I never see a cruise ship. If I never go on a cruise ship. The reason why we live in cities or places within walking distance to where we're going is because we don't want to commute. A cruise ship is a big commuter vehicle.
Your argument makes no sense. It's a floating hotel.
It's a commuter vehicle.
It's a floating
hotel that could sink. The Hollywood.
Listen, I've already been a part of a boat crash or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, she crashed off the coast of Gloucester within sight of her house.
No, not my house, but
city.
off the coast of Nantucket. But close.
They hit a sandbar and got stuck there for a few days.
Yep, on a giant cruise ship. And it was stuck at a 20-degree angle.
And what you don't know about a cruise ship is when they stick like that, the crew goes off. You know, they're not going to serve you anymore.
Nope.
So you're on your own. This is Lord of the Flies territory.
Yeah. And you don't get any like fresh food, so there's no more like milk and all the fresh stuff started disappearing quickly. But it was the 20-degree angle that got me, because depending on which side of the ship you were on, your bathroom was either like gathering water under the sink or gathering water in the shower, because it would just tip to that direction and it wouldn't ever drain. And you were either sleeping, you know, with your feet below your head or with your feet above your head.
And you want to go on a cruise ship again?
It was fun. Well, it wasn't fun, but it was an experience. And that was with my mother. I just can't cruise with my mother anymore. She and I are not allowed to be in the same water vehicle at the same time.
That's before we met.
Yes, I was a good daughter. I got my mother a cruise for her 60th birthday.
Yeah, sharper than pencil. So, no, this is not a cheap shot bald joke. I believe, or at least I've written the joke to be, that they've completely ruined his meal. In their helpful manner. Waggly tail. Have him still standing on a French fry or string bean or whatever it is. It was there. Tossed to the table. In fact, let's pull his steak somewhat off the plate. Beer bottle tipped over here. Probably should have. Well, the problem being, you really can't see the liquid. We'll just do a stain on the table there. Or the liquid will have gone down on the floor. All right. And we have Felicia exit. Down here. Job well done. And that's it. X that out because it's going to be black. Yeah, it might work out well because the black against Felicia's head, it'll pop her forward. Okay, that one's done. And last, Mr. Lasty here. And to be for the finished penciling, we have Bo and Phydeaux, and here's the waitress.
Mm-hmm.
And is that all you're going to leave him for a tip? Okay, here. Bo digs up more money. The waitress comes over. Gee, thanks, Phydeaux. And Phydeaux's taking money. What are you doing? Taking my commission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't hear. You can't see a bit of that. So let's get in there and do some finished penciling, and then we'll be able to ink it. I don't even know if we'll get this far in the inking because I still have to do the lettering. I'm going to have to let it dry lest we schmear. Get out your bingo card. There's another check there.
There's another word.
Another word that we use in just about
Although
every.
actually, I thought we changed the word.
Smear to smudge.
Mm. Well, actually, you got two places on your bingo.
Yeah, smear and smudge.
Mm-hmm.
You perverted cartoonist, why do you draw all these women like this? Because it makes me happy.
And what are we here to do?
Make me happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sharpen the pencil.
And loose tip. And loose tip.
Let's see. Should he be looking up at Bo or looking at? He's looking at the money. Is that all you're leaving? The ears perked up a little bit. Fur in the back of his neck. That's a good performance. You got this paw out here to point. Straight line on the paw. This paw is gripping the edge of the table and disappears behind the edge and comes back up underneath. Like a dinosaur, he's got 3 toes. He must have lost the other toes in some tragic puppy dog accident.
Oh no.
Like the one where he lost his tail.
You did the strip on how he lost his tail, didn't you?
Yeah, I retroactively changed it to him closing it in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I can retcon whatever I want. I'm the creator.
Well, there's also the Phydeaux multiverse. In Life of Them, Phydeaux's a shark. No, what was it? Spider. No.
A pig.
Spider-Man was a.
Peter Porker. Yeah, pig. Mm.
Yeah. I almost got that joke.
That was meant as like the ultimate FU joke from Marvel, and
What do you mean, Peter Porker? That's clever as hell.
I guess Howard the Duck had been out at that time and other stuff, so they were. They were screwing around a little bit. I think there might have been some recreational pharmaceuticals involved in that.
Recreational pharmaceuticals, you say?
And those would be U.S. currency. So I assume the money will be green, cartoonist, colorist.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I should hope so.
Well,
Unless we've been changed over to the Queen's.
Well, yeah. If you want, you can give us some ideas of what Prince Charles's new bills will be looking like.
It hasn't come out yet. What are they doing?
Not that I'm aware of. I think.
You know, people have been giving him a hard time, but everybody else has had their own currency. He's finally freaking king, for God's sakes. How long has he had to wait? What is he, 75?
I thought she'd never die.
She finally drank one of my Kool-Aids. And she was, she became queen reasonably young, too, wasn't she? In her 20s?
Yeah, she.
Prince Charles. Sure, my granddad died early.
Mummy, have a cigarette. The Queen Mum needs her cigarettes.
Mummy, let's go for a nice juicy steak and have some butter.
Of course, the joke for you Americans is that the former office holder, the former office holder died from lung cancer. Smoking. He smoked too much. So that's how she got the job. I'm sure it was a huge interview process, and she was the best qualified to be queen.
Look it. That's how they do it there. It's a well-established trait. I always get the brothers mixed up.
The brothers?
The oldest one, yeah, the Princess Di's kids. The oldest one is William. Yeah, William. Now Prince William is like, good Lord, I hope I don't have to wait until I'm 75.
Well, let's see. There's Harry, William, Chico, Curly, and
oh, Daffy,
Zeppo,
Ebenezer. There's just the two. William and Harry.
Let's get rid of this Diana before she has a bastard child with that Arab boy. And you know, according to British law, if the Queen decided, she actually could have legally murdered Diana. I don't think she did.
No, yeah. I don't think she did either.
It's just not worth her time.
No.
With the whole conspiracy stuff, but
especially considering she really, Diana towards the end went off in her own little world, so she was not, she was not a threat or anything to them. I don't think.
But that's what I find funny. People are trying to push this conspiracy that matters not one whit, because even if you're right, it doesn't matter. The Queen can legally murder someone if she wants. Just like why are we even bothering with an investigation of Joe Biden's son?
Oh well.
Yes, Hunter might be as guilty as hell. Doesn't matter. His father's the president. Pardon. He's free. I'd like the investigation to happen so we can stop it from ever happening in the future. And it would be really nice to take the money away from Hunter if he hadn't already smoked it. But oh well. Beyond that, we know nothing is ever going to come of it. Do not bother to investigate Congress because it's not against the law for anyone in Congress to break the law. They wrote that law.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're hoping that they could embarrass one member or another so that he won't get reelected. Because oftentimes people will not reelect corrupt people. Sometimes it's not like that in Massachusetts, obviously.
Hey, you just told them where we live.
Oh, everyone knows we're in Boston.
Oh. How?
I think I wrote on the accent. I actually think I write in the description live from Boston. But her joke is how, as she says it in a New England North.
That was exactly what I did. I don't have a Bostonian accent.
It's more of a North Atlantic.
Yeah. Unless you get me angry, and then it's full on Bostonian. You wouldn't like me if I'm angry, but I'm angry.
I got to get this actress to emote. What are you doing? This is her money. You ever take money from a waitress?
Don't do that.
Don't even attempt it. You know the definition? She works hard for the money. Yeah. This is the
This is the-
this
yeah.
is it.
This is the epitome.
You know, I have the neck straight. I was going to have it curved, but I think it looks better.
Great. Guess which song's in my head now?
If her head is jutting up. Yeah, but you can't sing it because we don't want to get copyright stricken.
I'm not singing it, but it's
Pointer Sisters, right?
No, it was
Dinah Ross? No.
Yes, Diana Ross.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh. All right,
You realize that some of the songs like that are probably in public domain already?
Well, public domain goes 50 years, I think. So,
Yeah, and that was in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's not 50 years.
In whose world is it not 50 years? 72 was 50 years ago.
Maybe 75 years. All right, now I did make a mistake when drawing this because she'd be showing far too much chest here if I were to carry on. So let me get a more erasable pencil. Let's see, where can I find a pencil? On the floor. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to break up the graveyard.
Yeah.
It's a nice little set going on down there.
Now, her breasts will be a little smaller and a little higher up on her. And she doesn't have a collar.
Oh, my. Oh, you mean collar of her shirt.
Yeah. All right. And this is like the clavicle bone. Especially when she's raising her arms like that, that bone will show. Actually, I'm going to show it here too. Because she's kind of bony. It's cold in here, so we got to put a point.
Hey.
What? And all right, that works better because see, this arm is higher than that one, which is why she's shifting up, and that breast will be higher than that one. Okay, that makes visual sense. And now this hand is reaching. I don't like how this hand is. What do you think that hand's doing? Why don't we turn it more supine? So the thumb's reaching down there. Okay, so it's and open stance. She's ready to fight for her money. All right. That's what we're looking for. That's why I do this finished penciling here. I can
Sharpen up.
perfect the lines and get what I want. Now, see, I think that tip of the breast is too high, so we'll bring it down a bit. And this one disappears behind her arm. And her bosoms are done. So here's another for the bingo card, bosoms. Butt comes out. It's a nice. She's wearing those like black yoga pants that a lot of people wear. So that's sort of form fitting. Muscular calves because she's on her feet all day. And sensible waitress shoes, flats, no heels. Waitresses don't wear heels. At least smart waitresses don't wear heels if they can avoid it. In certain men's club, they force them to wear heels. So I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. No, I don't get to visit men's clubs. Not that I want to.
Don't say get to like that. At least it sounds like you're being held back by your wife or something.
You know, I'm pretty sure there's a better metaphor I can use for cigars going out of me like this.
I don't want you to. Because the way you said that sounded very sinister and inappropriate. Even just the way you said that.
You know, like a cigar is like a woman. If you don't suck on it,
Right.
well. Give it constant attention, or the fire will go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want the fire. A cigar is like a relationship with a woman. You got to give it constant attention, or it'll go out, or the fire will go out. How's that?
Perfect.
I just made that one up. Boy, what a great writer he is.
He is awesome. He's the best designer.
Let's see. He's got the slightly self-justified eyes here. I'm taking my commission. What? Hear that? Vroom, 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 vroom. Why do they do that?
I don't.
Bad enough he's driving an unlicensed vehicle on the road, but he's going to make that noise to bug me.
Yes, honey, it's just to bug you. Whatever he's doing is to bother you.
I think it's funny if he's got the bill here. It's slightly squashed in his little paw. Add to the humor. He's tight-fisted with his money. Pretty sure Phydeaux's pretty wealthy by now. All the scams and Sergeant Bilko like cons he's run over the years.
So what do you think is his most profitable skill?
Eating homework. All right, I'm not happy with her eyes. No, actually her whole face.
She doesn't like you either. Oh, you mean drawing.
Let's pull out the old Dixon and run through a few options. Now, first option. We're doing big. Maybe a sadness. Knowing that, yeah, that's funnier. We'll just give her a slight pout in sadness because she knows she's not going to get that money back from Phydeaux. Sometimes the actors themselves come up with the proper
They show you.
proper performance.
They show you what needs to come.
I originally thought I'd draw her mad, but it's much better that she has this wistful, sad look on her face. You slightly twist the brow, little pout. That's simultaneously crueler and funnier. What the hell? We'll turn down the ponytail a little bit. Might be overdoing it. Rum, 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 rum. All right. The breastises heave down a little bit. And you only see this clavicle. You don't see that one because the shirt's covering that side. Rolled up sleeves. He means business. And this hand, which I originally wanted to have it as if it's in a fist, is really just sort of down by her book here that's in her pocket. The hands more or less are in places because there's no place else they can be. Rum, 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 rum.
Must be fun to go around and around the block.
Around and around the block, going vroom, 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 vroom. But actually, you can't see this guy. This guy's doing a wheelie.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. I have yet to see the wheelie.
This future organ donor is doing a wheelie.
I don't say that, but... Is it the guy from our parking lot?
No.
I didn't think so. But
The guy from our parking lot, by the way, drives a moped, not a dirt bike.
Like I know the difference.
Well, a moped has a smaller engine, and generally you sit on it like you would a chair with your legs in front of you.
But I wouldn't know the
Where
difference hearing is.
Yeah, with the this thing, he's driving like a saddle, like you would run a horse. See, you used to have a horse.
I did used to have.
Okay, mansplaining moment is over. Mansplaining moment is sponsored by.
I thought you were going to say the mansplaining moment was over because you're going to explain how your wife had a horse.
No.
I know, but that's why I was like, oh.
Well, I guess
Like literally, he's
That's
just going
done.
around our building, right?
yeah, he's going around the block.
He's not even going like further out.
Well, the thing is, there's a hill here, so he can go. He can do his. It helps him do his wheelie.
I know, but like,
Okay, those
expand your
two.
horizons, dude.
Expand your horizons. Okay, these suckers need lettering, and that sucker needs borders. So we'll do the borders first on this one. Let it dry, do the lettering, then come back and do the lettering when this is dry. Before I break out the brush, since we're completely out of coffee, I think it's time to.
It's hard for her puppy.
Rum, 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 rum.
Do you think there's anyone else in this apartment building going vroom, vroom, vroom?
No,
He's just bothering us?
no. Yeah, it's just bothering us. No, they're all going arriba, arriba, andale.
Charles, stop. Phydeaux, your ship just went down, but
Cancel Phydeaux.
yeah. Oh, it's intermission time again. He's off cleaning himself up Maybe making himself another cup of coffee or just getting himself something else to drink while we wait for the gentleman to go around the block a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a beer. A beer from the Packy. Gonna go to the corner store. Get a beer from the Packy. He's gonna meet up with Jimmy and Sully.
You know, I've never called it a packy. I think that's a South Boston thing.
No, my daddy used to call it a Packy.
Well, he was Irish.
That's true.
That's a South Boston Irish thing.
Yeah.
I'm sort of a northerner. We're far
But that didn't
classier.
last too long. Like the Packy thing was more of just like a 70s. Like it didn't last too long. I don't think that was called Packy. But I definitely remember it being called Packy when I was a kid.
Okay. Cheers.
Oh, maybe I'm just thinking Cappy. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Cappy's was never a packy.
No,
It's
it
all
wasn't.
a big, like a supermarket of
It
a
was a
supermarket.
smaller store though.
Was it?
In the beginning. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I've always seen it as like a big supermarket.
Well, it wasn't always on Route 1.
Hmm.
It was, but it wasn't like it was.
But the replacement supermarket liquor stores today are much better. Cappy's, you can throw rocks at. I would never go to. And they literally have one non-alcoholic beer, O'Doul's, and I think they might have picked up the Budweiser in a. The other, this lovely place that I've been visiting lately has got like 50 non-alcoholic beers. It's great. Friends, do not let friends cartoon drunk.
That's right.
Well, let's see. Choose your where are the brushes? Choose your weapon. Today we have this fine new brush that's never been used. Look how beautiful that point is. This is the older brush that I've been using for lettering and borders. And this is our new standout, doing wonderful work. But I'm cautious about using it for lettering and borders because you're wasting its talent and it does too fine a line. I like to have a little bit of a sloppy line.
Oh, well, that was kind of gross.
Beer. But what I'm going to do is show you why I don't want to use this brush for borders and lettering.
By using it for borders.
By using it for borders and lettering. Exactly. Shake up the ink. Let's get the... Right there, it's slightly... Is this brush going to misbehave again today?
Absolutely not. It's going to
All right, let's...
fully be giveable.
We're going to start above the... yeah, that's horrible. Thin that line. You guys can't see this yet. It's above frame. But... I'm sorry. Okay. Now you'll finally get to see it. See, it's... there we go. I was able to make it thicker. Don't want too fine a line on my border, like you see there. And the great thing about a brush is it's supposed to give you whatever line you want, depending upon your skill, talent, and whatever other magic there is to cartooning that you just can't teach. Gee, wonder how this thing's going to do on lettering. A poor craftsman battles with his tools. A poor cartoonist argues with them. Come on, just give me one good line. And I actually don't mind, particularly on the borders, if I get a double ghost line. That provides right like that. That provides just a little bit of character, that double line there. I could easily fix that, but I won't.
Fighting the urge to fix it.
Mm-hmm. See, that's called character.
Ah. Which one? The wanting to fix it or fighting the urge to fix it?
No, the line that.
Oh, the line is called. Oh.
The line that's
Gotcha.
screwed up.
Gotcha.
Little imperfections.
Mm-hmm.
So about the only thing I don't want to do now is to smear it.
Smudge.
All right, let's see how this thing does at lettering. So they've announced they're not going to make the all-female Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, that's a shame.
If it wasn't Disney, that movie is a slam dunk success.
It could be. It probably was.
Yeah. A bunch of beautiful, scantily clad women and pirates. Oh, come on. In fact, one of the original female pirates went topless. Yep. Could you imagine Disney doing that?
No.
Disney, that is why you fail.
Because you won't do topless pirates.
Yeah. They would probably have ended up doing something like Gina Davis's Cutthroat Island. And Gina Davis's pirate film could have been great. She was still good looking back then. But they dressed her up in like layers of clothing. I'm sorry, the male gaze likes a scantily clad woman.
Mm-hmm.
We're not necessarily objectifying you. Okay, we're objectifying you, but what's wrong with that? Had to move the lettering over because I'd like to have a little bit of airspace between the waitress and the lettering. we're gonna put her in this word balloon, but we could just as easily cut off the top of her head because she's really not. Well, she's not in this, and by putting her above the balloon, now you've drawn attention to her. Is that all you're leaving her for? I almost forgot the letter A. Geez. I think TIP. I got plenty of room here. I'm going to move the word tip to the next line. That way it'll save the colorist from having to color too much of that background. And I don't have... Well, how much trouble is this going to be? I don't even have the... You see the tick marks here that I use? See the tick marks here that I use for spacing?
Yeah.
Don't think I've gone down far enough. Well, yeah, I have actually. Right there. And here we go. Tip. Just a tip, baby. Just a tip. Question mark. Yeah, that works out better. Making these decisions on the fly. Now, a cartoonist using a computer move these letters all about.
Wouldn't be so much. Wouldn't be as good.
It wouldn't be as fun.
Mm-mm.
That all you're leaving for a tip? And now I decided to use the word OKAY rather than just OK. And of course, everyone knows the history of OK, don't they?
Why don't you tell us?
Gee, where do I start this? In an editorial in a New York newspaper at the turn of the century, the editor was complaining about the near uniform poor quality of work being done by people working for the city.
Okay.
And amongst those complaints, he also spoke about their general illiteracy. Because, well, these were Irish. Irish are horrible.
Hey.
So, and in his joke of the joke of his editorial was they signed everything off as okay, everything correct. See, okay stands for all correct. Or it should be rather than AC, it's okay. All spelled with an O and correct spelled with a K. That's where OK came from. I'm spelling out OKAY because I think it's funnier looking. We use a lot of funnier looking words. Like, for instance, G, rather than saying the Lord and Savior of the Catholic religion. It's just like gee whiz. Did I say Catholic? I meant Christian religion. Sorry, I was raised Catholic, so it's just how I think. I should have just said Christian religion. Forgive my ignorance.
Okay.
I'm sure your God would.
Just as good? The same?
All right. Gee, thanks, Phydeaux. Now is the challenging part. What are you doing? I've got to get it a little thicker. Will this brush give me the consistent line? So far, so good.
Long periods of silence.
Yeah, just because I wanted to get that line. So
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of speed gives you a little bit of the emotion you're looking for. And taking my commission. And that, Phydeaux fans, is how you letter a comic strip.
Woo-hoo.
Spelling is optional. When I was younger, I really cared about spelling and tried to work it really hard. But the older I get, the less I care. Like, I've forgotten more stuff than most people have learned, including modesty,
You've learned
humbleness,
humble.
all these things that. All right, makes me wonderful. All right, there you go. Brush worked out better than I thought it would. Cheers. I was wondering where the camera was. Yeah, all right. Nothing's changed. Let's see. I'm not talking to you. Let's get that sucker up and out of the way to dry. Up on the magnet. Now, this one requires lettering, but I'm afraid it might still be wet. I'll put this up on the magnet too. Okay. Character inking. No, actually, all word balloons, but I'm going to do the character inking in this one first because Phydeaux's ears go into the balloon. Oh, yeah, we'll do this one. All right. Now, you generally don't want to draw your characters this small because they disappear. But it's an establishing shot. It's important to show where the location relative of all the three characters. See, I don't even have to draw Phydeaux's eyeballs here because you're not going to see them. What a nice quiet day it is. No dirt bag on a dirt bike going rum, rum, rum.
He must have taken a longer spin around.
Either he ran out of gas or maybe he's off donating his organs.
Don't say that.
When you drive up a hill on a busy city street on one wheel, you're eventually going to fall. So what's the difference between a cartoonist and a rock star?
I don't know.
I don't have to play a stupid musical instrument.
Ah.
At least I don't have to carry one around. Very few of them actually play them. Yep, this is the life everyone should try to have. I feel bad for everyone who doesn't have a comic strip. A high school guidance counselor would ask a question, what do you want to do with your life? And one of the exercises they'd use is, well, if you had won several $1 million in a lottery, what would you do? And I would have to say that my lifestyle would be completely changed. I'd be drawing this from a taller building. And I'd have my very own Kathleen Kennedy to get me my coffee. You sometimes wish that Mr. Spielberg was a little bit more picky in his hires. So maybe Mr. Lucas could have done a better job choosing who would replace him. But asking George Lucas to do a better job is, yeah, that's not going to happen. Should have stuck with your wife, George. She was a good editor.
very true.
Oh, before I forget,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you again. Where is, there it is. To answer the question about the shoulder, I have something called adhesive capsulitis or frozen shoulder. I've been complaining the past 12 weeks or so about arm pain. I got a steroid injection, bumped me up, and I've got to go through physical therapy, which we'll do after the holidays. No surgery necessary.
That's good.
We'd gone almost 2 hours in here without me complaining about my left arm.
So I guess it's feeling better.
I hadn't noticed it, actually. I've been too enthralled by my work. So, establishing shot to show where the characters are. Second panel is sort of a close-up to show what the characters look like. And since most of this joke is visual, the establishing shot and the third panel are, well, it's important that, well, I came in closer on the focus for the third and the fourth panel had to be identical, just with the difference being the huff and puff and blowing the house stuff down. When writing this, I was thinking, we're going to make this like a, is the joke going to be that Phydeaux instantly turns the apartment into that, or do we just not see all the work he's done? Back in the old days of cartooning, this would be like a Popeye superpower. Phydeaux was able to wreck an apartment like that. And I hadn't really considered it. So there's the answer. I assume there's a lot of work goes into Phydeaux ruining an apartment like that. But maybe he just does it magically.
Aha. Magic. Always a good answer.
I've done early jokes where the boys have spent the entire day cleaning the apartment, and they okay, let's go out and get a beer. And they just close the door and say, "Oh, we forgot Phydeaux." They open the door, and the house is ruined. So it took a matter of moments for Phydeaux to do that. So it's in canon that he could potentially completely destroy an apartment in seconds.
Yes, he can.
So none of these one-off jokes of this week have been assigned to a particular day, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to sit here and look at them over the next week and come up with jokes that can be placed before and after any of these things, and that'll be just a cheap way of me getting easy material. I literally have 6 different storylines. Or,
Just 6?
well, I could turn this into 6 storylines. I could make this one a series where Felicia's reading fairy tale novels and is pissed off about it. Make this one a series where Phydeaux is breaking. Well, actually, no, this one's even easier, even better. We brought up the idea of walking under a ladder and a black cat crossing your path. We can have a Phydeaux thinking he's cursed with bad luck. Do a whole series of bad luck jokes with this one. We could make this female character into a real character. We introduce her and have Dino constantly just hooking up with her by something that is humorous. Hair in your food, always and the other one is the waitress tip. I've done a lot of jokes where Phydeaux steals the waitress's tips. Well, so yeah, you could literally do 6 different storylines from all of this, or just keep them as they are as one-offs. The one-off is preferable because you can just slot them in any place. It's a real pain in the butt trying to match up anything with a storyline, because the Friday always has to end in the bar. And I like to do some holidays. Thanksgiving's coming up this week.
Yes, it is. Our Thanksgiving was officially canceled.
Yep. We were going to my sister's. She's got COVID.
Oh, I just looked.
But
I just looked over at Ina TV, and she's literally right in front of the camera.
we've got a baby cam on her mother. She lives a couple towns over. So it's over the internet.
And she's had, like, falling issues and things like that. I'm not just being
No, you're just
nosy.
pervy. No, she's just pervy.
I'm just what?
Pervy.
Pervy. No, don't say that with the guys in the know. But anyway. She's had medical issues and such, so, Oh, now where did she go? Shit, where did she go? But anyway, I looked at it just kind of threw me off because I was like, what the hell? My mother's face was just right there.
So I ink the characters first, then go back and do the backgrounds, because if I were to do the backgrounds and the characters at the same time, you get a chance. Sometimes it looks as if the characters fade into the background, but by giving them their own inking right now, there's a better chance for them to stand out. And I can get away with smearing a background. I can't get away with smearing a character. Because you know what happens when you smear a character. You get sued.
Uh-oh. Yes.
There's that lovely silence that everyone likes to hear. What's that term? ASML, auto sensory something. This is your ASML moment. I think that sneaker is a little bit too large.
He's got big feet.
Well, I've drawn one sneaker, and then right next to it, the other sneaker looks, it's much too big. Let's see if we can correct it in the inking. Very simple. Much better. And Felicia's paw. And the rest of Dino's t-shirt back there. Everything overlapping. You want to think about inking that table. One, two, three whiskers. 1, 2, 3, 4 whiskers. Okay. So you're always around the 2-hour moment where we are at our quietest. As we run out of things to talk about. Personally, I thought that was a very funny joke I had there about Kathleen Kennedy killing off Harrison Ford because
I thought it was quite funny too.
She kept on getting his coffee order wrong on the set of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, that's just cruel. That's sort of cruel sniping is beneath the dignity of a cartoonist.
No, it wasn't. It was accurate and funny.
Not very much beneath me, I guess.
Hmm?
Not very much beneath me, I guess. We're pretty much at the bottom here.
Isn't everything about beneath you?
No, I haven't won that lottery yet and got that taller building.
Oh, yeah.
No, the building we're in now is fine, and we're up above everybody.
True.
But we could always go higher.
It helps that we're on a hill, so the illusion is that we're up higher too.
It's nice that we have a place I could walk to and actually purchase a Guinness if I was actually drinking Guinness again. But they have non-alcoholic Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have restaurants within walking distances, and there's actually a market not far away that we never go to.
That's true.
We lost our convenience store, but it's coming back someday.
Convenience stores.
Yeah. They're rebuilding it. It's an empty lot now. And I've got a place that sells cigars within walking distance. Don't use them, but they're there. So I'm a city person. I like to live in a city. I would never go to the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not much of a country person. Although, didn't we both decide that we wouldn't mind an ocean view?
I've grown up within sight of an ocean, so my entire life I've had an ocean view.
I didn't until I was. Well, no, I didn't have an ocean view when I was growing up. I had a lake view.
Yeah.
But it was a water view.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you mean. From 6th grade on, I've had an ocean view from my bedroom window. But before that, no. But I was within travel distance of a beach.
Well, growing up where you and I have grown up, you're never far from the beach.
Mm.
Truly, anyway. And actually, right now, the only thing keeping us from having an ocean view is a bunch of buildings.
Yeah.
If those buildings were all,
It's surprising. You would never know the ocean was there. But yeah, the ocean.
So it's, I mean.
You can smell it every once in a while.
I love the smell of the ocean.
So yeah, we still are relatively close. Relatively close to the ocean.
I'll bet it's less than a mile.
It's within walking distance.
Mm-hmm.
For me, not for you. Rolling distance for you.
Oh, we appear to have a new marijuana dispensary in our neighborhood. I just was looking up to get an idea of how far the ocean is.
How wonderful!
And,
just what this neighborhood needs.
Yeah. So, let's see. I am horrible.
Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty well, libertarian. I want to legalize everything. But marijuana is stupid.
I did direction without putting, another address. I just used. And remember how we said it takes us to our window?
Uh-huh.
It did that. So it says we're 2 minutes away from home. All right, let's find. Another intermission? Sure. One.
It's a long day.
I guess so. Don't mind me, people. I'm just looking up how far we are from the ocean because I'm convinced we could see it. Oh, that's at the other side of that. So that's about. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, well, no, I don't have Google Earth. I have maps. But what I did is I did it to that restaurant. I don't want to give away too much about where we live, but I did it to a restaurant that's actually a whole mile away from us before we even get it's a whole mile down the ocean. In other words, so that doesn't really give me exactly how long it is. I have to do a different point. So let's see.
No, but here's the thing.
Here's the thing. What's the thing, honey?
Ocean views. Been there, done that.
I don't know.
I'm much more interested in a view of buildings.
I understand.
This is much better. I look up there and I see buildings. Now, I just want to be higher and have those buildings taller. All right.
You are correct, however. I would agree with that. Just have those buildings higher. I mean, have us higher.
All right, let's see. This sucker needs a character. Put that up there to dry.
1.2 miles, it says here.
Yeah.
1 mile walking.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, it won't give me any information on how long it would take to fly there.
I imagine it must be pretty rough to be Bo here. Wake up in the morning, you really have to ask who broke the bathroom mirror.
Oh.
Isn't it bleeding obvious? Don't have to look very far. And Phydeaux was saying, "How did you know it was me?" When you're inking something like this, what comes to mind is what you were doing when you did the original drawing. And I was watching a thing on, or listening in background, a thing on YouTube about the war in Ukraine.
Ah. So it was any day this week?
Those Russians are doing a fine job losing this war. Just how we would have them.
Mm-hmm.
They, I think it was in Forbes. There's an article where they did the definition of a failed state and said, right now, Russia is a failed state, and they listed the particular lawlessness and this and that. And, borders are not kept. Russia's a failed state.
I don't think anyone would argue that point with you. I think that's bipartisan agreement, though.
It's against Russian law to go into a prison and free the prisoners so that they can be used to invade your neighbor. I mean, are they pulling rapists and murderers out of prison to bring into a war zone to do what? Plant flowers and feed people? No. Here, that's my phone again. Good job there, Russia. Well, I suppose that's what Putin wanted to do. He wanted to rape and murder Ukraine, so let's pull out the prisoners. I'm a little biased here.
You are?
Yes, I just don't like evil.
Oh, okay.
I mean, can't Vlad just draw a comic strip? Why does he need to invade his neighbor? Isn't there something better he could be doing with his time? He could be drawing a comic strip.
That's right.
All you Russian prisoners, you don't want to rape and murder. Here. Here's a pencil. Draw a comic strip.
That's right. And all would be better.
Yes. My theory on how world happiness can be achieved. Mm-hmm. I will be accepting my Nobel Prize soon. Oh, where is I? Oh. The ink was way over on the wrong side. I still really can't reach back there with my left arm.
Oh.
See, how long have we gone without me complaining about my elbow? Or my shoulder?
I was going to say, we've gone a long time without you complaining about your elbow.
Well, left arm, to say. All right. Don't make war. Make a comic strip.
Make a comic strip.
You too can be as happy as I am.
True. Sorry, I'm all stuck up all of a sudden.
I mean, you probably won't do as great a job as I do. I mean, you might, yeah. You might draw something like, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna finish that joke.
No.
It's kind of cute how the cat's poking its head up there in the background. But once again, you generally don't draw a character who's the size of your finger because it just disappears in the background. But it should be readable as Felicia.
At least if the colors does their job.
Mm. Well, here's the thing. The colorist, it's a 50-50 chance that the colorist may or may not color Felicia black in this one.
Why would you color her black?
Because that's the punchline. I'm not a black cat. There's
Yeah,
a 50-50 chance. Fifty-fifty chance the chief colorist won't get the joke.
Stop it.
Why does Phydeaux have a hammer?
Why does Phydeaux have a head?
Why not?
Okay.
I think the important part is that no one thinks to take it away from him.
There you go. Okay.
What? This is Mr. Poundy,
Oh.
the hammer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And here today to accept his Nobel Peace Prize for his revolutionary theory of world peace through cartooning. It's C.L. Croce.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the committee. I oftentimes ask myself, why in human endeavors do people do anything else when they
I
can,
know. I don't know.
when this is what they could be doing?
Excuse me. Well, it could be because they don't have the talent.
I do not think lack of talent has been a determining factor in the creation of American cartoons in the past 100 years.
100. Oh, you're going back that far, huh? Long bouts of silence followed by sneezing from the wife.
It could be worse. It could be hacking coughs from the cartoonist.
Yep. True.
Really? And I give up on that thing. Cheers. So do I really have to make a turkey this week?
I like turkey dinners too.
I think if we wait until Thursday, they'll come down. They'll come down in price.
Possibly, probably.
At a local supermarket, they generally for holidays they'll put together these these boxes for meals. They'll either be turkey or ham, and with it would come pie, the rolls, a couple of side dishes, and the whole kit and caboodle. The whole shebang would go for like $70 or $80, normally retail. But I always, just about every year, I sneak in the day after the holiday and get it for $20. They're trying to get rid of them, ones they didn't sell. I gotta get rid of them or they'll go bad. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Allergies?
I hope so.
Maybe you have COVID.
Oh,
She is paranoid.
because she is what they call immune compromised. She would get really sick if she gets not even just COVID, but flu, all that stuff. So that's why she is upset. Oh, worried.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't think COVID's the sort of thing that makes you sneeze.
Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, it's the kind of thing that makes you blow you out. So we're trying to go in the other room. I'll be back. And I really need to get rid of her.
Well, do hurry back. We can't do this without you.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
Let's put that sucker aside to dry. Oh, where were we? Cheers. Oh no, we're almost out of beer. Looks like a urine sample. Almost out of beer. Whatever will we do? That's good. No one heard that. Well, let's see what we're looking at here for time. 2 hours and 29 minutes. Well, if I stop now, I can get something to eat. And I'm just about out of beer anyway. Well, thank you for joining us for another fantastic live stream. Always put the ink back on your bottle. Please join us again next week at the same time.